What's good, everybody?
What up? What up?
We are back again with another episode of the No Hedging Podcast.
Yes, sir.
I am one of your esteemed co-hosts on this show, and I go by the name of Rip16, the GOAT. And this is my guy.
You know, I'm tired of Jet, man.
Tired of Jet, man.
We taking off, baby.
And we are back again with another episode now. As we always like to do with our subscribers, our people, you know, showing us some love, we want to keep them updated about what happened last week.
Yeah.
And you had a good week.
Had a good week. Had some great picks.
Yeah.
My picks were great, man. Went 11-3.
11-3.
11-3 on my predictions. 11-3 on my picks, man.
Good job.
Amazing
Good job.
week. Best
Good
week
job.
so far.
You've been trying to get past 5, so that's what's
Yeah.
up.
You know,
Mine.
Atlanta screwed me again. New England got me. You know, I can't remember the other team, but they
Tampa
got me
Bay.
too. And Tampa, yeah, they got me.
They fought, though.
Yeah, they fought. They had a battle. But yeah. How'd you do?
I won 500. I had 7-7. So,
Ouch.
middle of the pack. Might not made you
Ouch.
much off of that, but I ain't losing nothing. But we'll get the best bets. I did a little bit better.
What that put us at for the total, man?
So
far?
for the total for the season, that puts you at 89-47
oh,
on
that is
predictions
beautiful. Let's
for
go.
the season.
89-47.
Yeah, 89-47, and
Yeah.
that puts me at 74-62 for the season. So we both have positive records. You are doing very well with the picks. So hopefully, you know, you can keep the energy going
That's the plan.
and keep it going. But it's going to be a little bit different this week because there are a lot of dumpster fire games. However,
But we're going to pick them right. Let's get to it, man.
however, we'll get to it.
Let's not waste any time.
But make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all keep showing us love so we can keep showing y'all love.
Yep.
You know, if these picks are hitting for you, if you ate
We
off
hitting.
that
We
11-3,
hitting, man.
let us know. We want to know. If you got a good parlay in, let us know. I want to tell it. Let us know. So hit us. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into the rundown.
Let's go.
First game on this slate.
Week 10, baby. Halfway through.
Week 10, long journey, long
Just a
fight.
forewarning, all of the primetime games are trash, but we're going to pick them, and we're going to pick them right, all right? Thursday night football. Who we got?
TNF, Amazon Prime. We have the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young versus the Chicago Bears and Bajan or maybe Justin Fields. I don't know if he's ready yet.
Maybe.
We gonna see. But the Bears are a 3.5-point favorite at home in this game against Carolina. What say you?
Yep, dumpster fire game right here. This is a battle of the bottom pack of the league. I'm going to just keep it simple here. I'm going to take Chicago at home. I haven't seen anything from Bryce Young and the Panthers that give me any confidence that they can win this game. They aren't putting up any points as much as they should. The defense isn't playing great. They're not doing anything well. They brought in Miles Sanders. He was a Pro Bowler last year, and he is non-existent.
No, he was not this
So,
year.
I mean, outside of Adam Thielen, they don't have anything over there offensively.
Thielen didn't have much going on yesterday either.
But I like Bajan's confidence. I do like him.
Sunday.
You know, I like him how he throws the football. He's learning a little bit more. This is his third game playing, starting obviously at home. He won his first home game starting, so he seems like he's more comfortable there.
As he should be.
They run the football very well, and obviously you got DJ Moore over there, so I'm going to take Chicago to win this one at home.
Yeah, I don't have too much contest with that. You know how I felt about Carolina all season. So
If you want to make some money, bet against Carolina.
It's only failed you one time. So yeah, give me the Bears. Bajan or Fields, it doesn't matter. They still should be able to handle that. And they got some defensive improvements at the trade deadline. So, you know, I like the Bears at home in this spot against Carolina on TNF. I'm gonna wait a little later, and I'm gonna rewind and come back to this moment, and I'll say it maybe later on in the season. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, let's take the Bears TNF. Next game on the slate, we have more Frankfurt football. You know what I'm saying? German ball. I'm pretty sure that end of that accent was not German at all, but it doesn't matter. We have the Indianapolis Colts versus the New England Patriots. The Colts are a 1.5 favorite in this Frankfurt game. It's a road game for both teams. So, what you thinking?
Well, if you want to be honest, I really like the Colts.
Okay.
New England, they have a quarterback problem. Mac Jones is it.
They have a team problem.
They have a team problem, ultimately. You're right. I don't see anything out of New England that's going to lead me to believe that they can beat the Colts. I do like the line, though. It's pretty close, which it should be. But I do the Colts offensively, they score points. Believe it or not,
Gardner
Minshew, he scores points. He's been playing better than Mac Jones. So
he didn't do much last week, but I do think I've seen more out of him this season than I've seen out of Mac Jones for sure.
Yeah, I think as a team, I believe the Colts are a better team than the Patriots. It's in Germany, so basically it's going to probably be a lot of Patriots fans out there. It's going to seem like a home game for New England.
Think so?
Yeah, this is a bounce back spot for New England. I don't really like New England anymore. I like Colts to battle them and fight them. I'm done with New England. I'm off of them. Give me the Colts.
I mean, it's pretty much deja vu from the last pick. I have been feeling the same way about the Patriots the vast majority of the season, and I'm not picking them right here. The Colts, I feel like they got more fight. I feel like they got more talent. Joshua Downs went down, pun intended. But I still think they have some more weapons on offense between Zach Moss, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Minshew being more consistent than Mac Jones. Give me the Colts in this spot. It is a little bit of a weird game. You always got to be precautious about the games played overseas. Just it's complete time zone differences. The hours are crazy. It's like morning time for us. It's like evening time for them. It's different, but I do think the Colts have what it takes to be able to beat the Patriots in this very far road game.
Yeah, New England offensively, third down, ranked 27 on third down conversion.
The best offensive weapon they had was Demario Douglas.
Yeah.
Okay. And mind you, this guy has barely played. He's new. He needs time to develop. That is your best offensive weapon, and that is not enough.
Yeah, I'm good. Indeed, the Colts. Taking the Colts.
Next game on the slate is a lot more interesting.
Here we go.
We have
one of the games of the week.
One of the games of the week. Starting at the 1 o'clock slate, we have the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. The point spread on this game is 6 in favor of the Ravens, and the Ravens are at home. You want me to hop in on this spot?
Go for it.
I've been showing a lot of love to the Browns.
Yes, you have, and been getting screwed every time.
They won last week. What are you talking about? They made Arizona put up a goose egg. Now we know Arizona.
Everybody knew that.
Arizona ain't have shit going on last week. We understood that, but that's what you do against a team that has nothing going on. Mm-hmm. You don't let them score on you. Mm-hmm. The defense been defensing a lot. Myles Garrett is a monster. He's an animal. The boy is going wild out there. However, the Ravens have also been going pretty crazy themselves. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson, they've been putting up high scoring points. Their rushing game is clicking on all cylinders. You got Lamar rushing, you got Mitchell rushing, you got Gus Edwards, you got Mark Andrews catching passes. Even as great as the Cleveland Browns defense has been playing, arguably the best in the league over the past month, I still got to pick the Ravens in this spot. I think this is one of them games where somebody might get stabbed, so I'm not 100% convinced on that 6 points, but I do think the Ravens win this game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens at home. I think they're going to continue to roll. It's going to be a dogfight, obviously. This is a divisional game, which always a dogfight.
It's always going to be
except for when they played on the beginning of the season. The Ravens beat them. You know, Cleveland only scored 3 points. I think it was like 27-3 or something like that. So this is
quarterback.
So if Cleveland wants to make a statement, they need to win this game. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a very defensive game. Ravens rank first in getting sacks. They rank first in yards per play allowed. They rank first in red zone efficiency defensively.
Amen.
Rushing yards, top 10. Passing yards allowed, number 2. Defensively, they are a dominant team.
Yes, they are.
Now, we switch over to the offensive side of things. You're looking at top 10 in rushing yards. We already know they know how to run the rock, control the rock.
For sure.
Top 5 in yards allowed, yards per play. Top 10 in first downs. Top 10 in third down conversions. So this just screams Ravens. Ravens.
If you put it in layman's terms, what I said in takeaways is the Ravens managed to procure the basketball from Space Jam, and they managed to take the all-around talents of the San Francisco 49ers, and they have ingested it into their team. They are clicking on offense, defense, special teams, locker room, fans, whatever you want to call it. They got it going right now.
I'll tell you right now.
They got the juice.
Lamar Jackson, like I've been saying and I've been preaching and ranting about for weeks.
Yeah.
The Ravens are the best team. Lamar Jackson, I'm shooting for him to be MVP. Hopefully, he's close. So I'm taking the Ravens. Big game. I'm not betting against Lamar. I'm not picking against Lamar. Take the Ravens. Lock it in. I don't like the spread, though.
Next game on the slate, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are in Pittsburgh. The point spread is 3.5 points. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not betting against Mike Tomlin, especially at home. Why not? Why would I do that?
Mike Tomlin Epps.
Give me Mike Tomlin at home, man. They playing Green Bay. Green Bay got them a nice little win last week. They played a nobody. All right, so that's how they was able to make that happen. The Rams didn't have Matt Stafford, so, I mean, come on. So, Green Bay on the road, playing Pittsburgh, playing that defense. I'm good on Green Bay. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers at home to win this game. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
I feel it. I went against Green Bay last week. In a good spot for them against a beat-up Rams team. And I'm going against them again. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like they're just ultimately playing a lot better than the Packers have been playing. So I feel like in this spot, it just makes sense. It's a home game. You had a little bit of a concern about the line being a little bit juiced up.
Yeah, it's juice. I don't like it.
But give me the extra 10 on it. Instead of it being 110 or 105, I'll take the 120, whatever. Pittsburgh still is in this spot. Mike Tomlin Epps, he has too much life experience out here. He's been running around with Tupac. He's been a detective in his lifetime. That might have been Omar Epps, but that's the same person. Anyway, Mike Tomlin in this spot. Give me the Steelers. Next game on the slate, we have the Houston Texans versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are at home, and they've been clicking. They are a 7-point favorite in this game, and I understand it. The Texans just coming off of a very big win.
Yep.
Played phenomenal offensively against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Put up 39. 470 for C.J. Stroud. 5 tutties. I don't see him doing all that against the Bengals, though.
No, they're not doing that. Not on the road. Not in Cincinnati. Not against Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is not going to allow it. And Cincinnati's defense was way better than Tampa Bay's defense. So I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals here at home. Jamar Chase, be on the lookout. Back soreness. He wasn't really practicing this week. But still, With Chase, without Chase, I'm taking Cincinnati. Cincinnati, they've been running the ball very well. Joe Mixon, T. Higgins is involved now. They're starting to find a little tight end as well to help with that offense.
Joe Burrow ultimately is playing better.
Joe Cool, Joe Burrow, Cincinnati, Who Dey, they're going to continue rolling, man. Houston is just a bump in the road. They're going to knock those boys off real quick.
I don't like how you shoot them.
Yeah, they getting shoot.
I don't like how you shoot them. But, yeah, man, with or without Chase, I think you can take this bet to the chase. Give me the Bengals as well. Don't have that much to say about it. They at home, and we're going to holler Who Dey. But I tell you what I won't do is holler who dat. In the next game, we have the New Orleans Saints versus the Minnesota Vikings.
What they doing right now? They're leading the fucking NFC South, like I told you. They're leading the division.
They finally made it. The Falcons was up there. I ain't hear you saying nothing about that. But anyway, the Saints, 2.5-point favorites on the road, going to Minnesota in this game. And based on how you're talking, it sounds like you like the Saints.
You know where I'm going with it. I am still rolling with the New Orleans Saints. I think they're going to win this game on the road. Last time, I think the Saints played here, that's when the Minneapolis miracle happened or whatever the case may be, where Stephon Diggs had that last play to get to the end zone to win the game. That's not happening. No miracles in Minneapolis this year. I'm going ahead and take the New Orleans Saints. The Saints offensively, they've been putting up points. They've been scoring. They've been moving the football. I've been seeing a lot more productivity on the offensive side of the ball for New Orleans. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take the Saints to win this one. I like Josh Dobbs too. He had a great game against the Falcons. But give me the Saints to win this game.
Decline my trade for Josh Dobbs. But I think this is where we defer a little bit, man.
You taking Minnesota?
I think I like the Vikings at home in this one. I do agree that the Saints have been clicking. The Saints have been playing better. Not because the Saints don't have enough firepower. However, how long can they sustain what they've been doing? Starts to become a question. And then also I think the Vikings showed a lot of juice last week coming back in that game, even after having some turnovers, having a rookie getting a concussion. You know, Joshua Dobbs brought a nice spark to the team. Now, can they get more of the passing part involved? I think they would be able to do a little bit better now that he's been with the team longer. He has a full week of practice. You know, he has a little bit more time under his belt, and the coach gets to see how dynamic of a player he can be when he comes into the game off of little practice, little time, probably a little bit of knowing the playbook. He just came out there and played good-ass football. So, I'm going to take the Vikings in the spot, man. I'm going to get him a little bit of sauce on this one, and I think the Vikings defense has been stepping up over the past 3 weeks. So I'm going to get the Vikings some juice in this spot, man.
Yeah, the same defense that gave up 28 points.
But they closed out. And they stopped scoring points, didn't they?
They gave up 28.
They stopped
I'm
scoring
good on
points,
it.
though. So, hey, I said what I said. Fuck who that. Next game on the slate, we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 49ers are a 3-point favorite off of a bye week on the road, headed to Jacksonville. Tough. Off the bye.
It's because it's a combination. It's like, do I trust the Jaguars right now? Or
do you trust the 49ers right now? They went on a 3-game skid.
They're on a 3-game losing streak.
They did have a bye.
They did have a bye.
They gave them some little time to regroup.
They did bring in Chase Young.
They did. So, improvements on defense. I expect more out of the pass rush. But
I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers on the road off the bye. I think they put it together this week. Piece together this offense, figure out what the hiccups are. I think Jacksonville, they lose the first game that they lose in like a month. So I'm going ahead and take the 49ers on this one. I'm doubling down, tripling down on the Niners once again.
You're quadrupling down.
Yeah. The better quarterback is obviously in Jacksonville. We all know that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to just go ahead and take the 49ers. I anticipate their defense to be a lot better than what it has been, especially with the addition of Chase Young. But I'm taking the 49ers on the road, off the bye. Probably not a good spot, but I'm pretty sure Jacksonville is going to be welcoming that challenge for sure.
I'm massaging my brain right now. The thought of this game is migraine-ish. If ever there's a game, what I would consider fading would be this one.
It's tough.
But it's very hard for me to not pick the 49ers in this game. It is. It's tough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do we not believe in Jacksonville still, or what? Like, what's the issue? Why can't we take Jacksonville like off the rip?
Jacksonville got 9 lives. I mean, they put together some games and they put together some wins, or they come back, or they benefit off of a drop pass. They get a timely turnover. It's just certain things about Jacksonville that they just had going for them. Both of these teams are actually off a bye, so. It's kind of tough. Like, how do they come out of the bye? Do you lose some steam? Do you regain some steam? But they are home. Jacksonville has shown that they are good at home. I'm just scared to pick against the 49ers in this spot, even though they've let me down like 3 times. I kind of feel like this is a spot where they should bounce back.
Yeah.
I guess I'll pick the 49ers.
I think we both probably going to regret it later.
We might. Jacksonville got a lot of lives over there, man. They be coming through.
I'm going to stay firm on the Niners. They're going to bounce back this week.
But we going to see. Next game on the slate, we have the Tennessee Titans versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's a pick'em. The Buccaneers are at home, and it's only a 1-point spread on this game. Now, based on what I seen last week, I would say the Buccaneers have enough firepower to win this game. And I don't know if Tennessee can channel some Houston energy and get another Will Levis with DeAndre Hopkins connection going, sort of like they did against the Falcons.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Will Levis, man. I like how he's been playing. Obviously,
He didn't
playing
have a
in
terrible
Pittsburgh
game against the Steelers.
Yeah, playing in Pittsburgh, that was just
tough.
That was a tough task for him. That was his first time on the road playing a road game.
Didn't have any throwing TDs.
But the thing that worries me is he's not CJ Stroud. You know what I'm saying? And you see what it took for CJ Stroud to beat Tampa.
470.
You know what I mean? So
470 is a lot of yards. Okay. Do you understand how far 470 yards is? That's a lot of yards, dog. So I don't know if Will Levis pulls that off against Tampa Bay. So I'm leaning towards Tampa Bay in the pick'em. It is a tough call, but I'm going to lean towards Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tampa at home. I think Tennessee, they play way better on the road anyways. The only good thing about Tennessee that really helps them is that they're good defensively stopping the run, but Tampa doesn't run the football anyway.
They don't run like that.
They don't run well anyway. So I wouldn't be shocked if Tennessee won this game, but I'm gonna take Tampa on the road at home to bounce back.
It's a pick'em
because
so,
it was a close game. They should have really won last week, but their defense let them down. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Tampa at home to go ahead and win this one right here.
Yeah, I feel that. I wouldn't put it in my best bet, but I feel it. All right, man. Next game on the slate, getting into those 4:00 games, we have the Detroit Lions versus my Los Angeles Chargers. They are at home, and they are a home dog by 2 points.
As they should be.
As they should be against the Detroit Lions.
Yep. Easy play for me. I'm going ahead and take the Lions. They're just coming off of a bye, fully refreshed, rejuvenated. The Chargers got handed offensively. The Jets gave it to them. The Jets gave it to them now.
What you mean?
That offensive line, they felt it. They felt it. They felt the pressure.
The Jets defense is legit.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think the Detroit Lions defense isn't as
I don't think it's the Jets defense, but I think it's legit.
Yeah. So I'm saying I think the Detroit Lions have a better offense than the Jets, right? And I think the only downfall of the Jets was that offensively they couldn't score any points.
Right.
So I think defensively the Lions are a little bit lower than the Jets, but I still think they bring some intensity, they bring some pressure, right? Especially coming off the bye week. They had 2 weeks to prepare for this game.
Right.
I'm taking the Lions on the road, which is probably going to be a home game for them anyways because they travel now, and it's L.A. So I'm taking the Lions off of the bye. Go ahead and beat the Chargers. I think they'll beat them pretty well. Justin Herbert is still hurt, man. That little finger.
Pretty well. Yeah, I know shots fired. You always like to throw a little jab in there. It's all good. Hey man, that Chargers defense is humming. They've been playing a lot better now. You mentioned before in takeaways that they haven't really played anybody who's a good team, and I don't know, you back and forth about your love for Detroit and hate for Detroit, but I will say that
I'm Switzerland.
I will say that the Chargers defense, I do understand why it's only a 2-point spread. But I do have my concerns about Herbert. Even though they won against the Jets, he's not launching the ball that far. So I think the finger thing is kind of still bothering him.
So it's non-throwing hand, though.
But I don't know if it has something to do with him catching it. I don't know if it's throwing his rhythm off. I don't know. But that coupled with Palmer being out, he's on IR. So, they kind of limit that receiver. I do like what they did with Everett. I do like, Keenan is still going to do Keenan. Shout out to him again for the 10,000 yards. But I do like Detroit in this spot as a favorite. Plus, it seems like whenever I pick against the Chargers, they seem to win those games. So, even if I lose, I win. I'm a Chargers fan. So, hey.
Don't worry. Detroit will win.
But Detroit should win this game.
They're going to run the football very well. They're going to throw it.
They just have more offense than the Jets. I think if the Jets produce more offense in that Monday night game, then they could have won that game.
100%.
So
that's
I think that's the
argument.
key difference here. They got tight end, they got quarterback, they got a couple of young receivers, they got running backs. I don't know when Montgomery coming back yet.
He's off IR, so
he's off. Okay, so that might even be worse. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions. I'm not gonna be a delusional Chargers fan.
There you go. I appreciate that.
But yeah, I'll take the Lions. Mm-hmm. Next game on the slate. Get some water. Gotta warm up.
Now we got Atlanta Cardinals.
No, we got you said Atlanta. They ain't Atlanta.
Oh, shit out of order.
Yeah. Next game on the slate, we have your New York Football Giants versus the Dallas Cowboys.
There's nothing to be said about this game. We
Hold
all
on.
know.
It is something to be said.
Cowboys
It's a 15.5-point spread on this game at home.
Yeah, Cowboys going to win. They're going to dominate.
15.5?
This is just predictions. I mean, last time they beat them 40-0 week 1, so shit, why not?
That's a lot of points. But if DeVito is out there, you might even want to consider taking the points.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that. That sounds about right.
What happened? Is Tyrod done for season?
Probably. He on IR too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Tyrod's
they got quarterback
Danny
issue.
Jones is out for the season, torn ACL.
This is what I wanted to say.
All they have is Saquon Barkley offensively. Still can't move the ball. Still can't score points. Yeah, 16 sounds good. Dallas
I feel like the
is
Giants
win
are just
and
getting
cover.
retribution for not giving Saquon that money and giving it to Daniel Jones.
Yep.
Until you do right by Saquon, it's going to curse everything you do.
Yep.
So I think in this situation, I would even consider the 15.5,
Yep.
even though I don't like point spreads that huge. That's some college football numbers going on right there. But hey, it makes sense. So I'm gonna go with Dallas. Needless to say, in this game, I don't think the Giants have no chance.
No, they don't.
Oh, next game on the slate, another team in that division. We have the Washington Commanders on the road versus Seattle Seahawks. You back with your money team?
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle at home. They coming off of a humiliating loss to the Ravens. Humiliating loss to the Ravens.
6.5 point favorites in this game at home.
Give me Seattle at home. They're going to beat Washington. Washington's traveling this is their back-to-back road game. They just went up to New England. Now they're traveling all the way across country to Seattle. Playing Seattle in Seattle is not a good spot. So for an opponent, especially for these guys coming off of a loss, I'm going to go ahead and trust Pete Carroll to do what he needs to do to get the job done, to get this dub. So I'm taking Seattle at home on the bounce back. Easy play for me.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle at home, they've been pretty good this season with the exception of a few games where
taking Washington
beat. Yeah, I mean, you would love that, but no, I'm not. I'm not taking Washington this time. Should have took them last week, but not taking Washington this time. Sam Howell, I do kind of like the motion you got going there. Some of those games, brother, you're putting together some performances that nobody believes you could put together, and I do have a appreciation for that. However, this is just not a good spot for them. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Seattle.
Yeah.
Jigba, hope you have a big game. Next game on the slate. Waiting all day for Sunday night.
Got the Falcons 4. That was a shit out of order.
Why did they just get rid of that?
No, it's at the bottom.
Well, that just gives me a note that just gives me some room to hit my note again. Anyway, it's one more 4 o'clock game on there. We have the Atlanta Falcons versus the Arizona Cardinals. They're on the road in this one. Arizona is at home. And Arizona is a 1.5 point underdog in this game. What do you say here, brother?
Potential game for Kyler Murray to come back.
Potential, yes, for sure.
It's a good spot for him to come back.
It is.
Wasn't a good one for him to come back last week.
It was not.
I'm going to tell you, like I've always been saying, Atlanta on the road, I'm on the other side of them winning. Always. Because the odds are in my favor in that spot.
Yeah.
And if you know, you know.
Yeah.
So this is an easy play for me. Kyler Murray plays. I'm taking the Cardinals to go ahead and win.
What if he doesn't, though?
If he doesn't, Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because who's their quarterback? Nobody knows. All I know is Cleveland put a beating on them, too. So
put foots in them.
Yeah, so.
But they might also have James Conner coming back off of IR this week also.
Yeah.
So.
Either way, I'm taking the Cardinals with Kyler Murray to win. If Kyler Murray comes back, I'm taking the Cardinals to win this game.
Okay. I'm going to go the opposite of you on this one. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons on the road, and I'm going to tell you why. Despite Kyler Murray coming back, which is definitely great for the Cardinals, the defense typically has some fight. They ain't have none last week, but the defense typically has some fight. James Conner coming off of IR would be excellent for them and a huge boost to the run game for sure. However, even though Grady Jarrett is done for the season, the Falcons have typically protected against the run pretty well. I would say they're in the upper half of the league when it comes to run defense. So even if James Conner is coming back, he needs some time to acclimate, and you're going against a pretty decent run defense. Kyler Murray ain't played since last year. Mm-hmm. He going to need some time to acclimate.
Yeah.
Now, he can scramble and he can run around. He's a mobile quarterback. He's a dynamic player. We've seen him extend some plays and get out of some tackles that nobody else probably could have got out of. However, I think he needs some time to get up to game speed. And, for that reason, I'm going to take the Falcons on the road in this spot, even though they are not typically great on the road. I'm gonna take them to bounce back in this game, and I expect the defense to play better. They do need it, especially if they wanna. They in a tight race with the Saints for the division, so they need it. So I'm gonna take them to bounce back right here. Me personally. So next game on the slate.
Now you can hit your note.
Now can I hit my note?
Yeah.
Waiting all day for Sunday night. We have the
Sounds terrible.
New York Jets versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are at home, and they are a 1.5 point underdog in this game, actually. What say you about that?
I really, really like the Raiders here. I just think offensively they can score points.
They play better with Aiden O'Connell.
They do. They really do. And I saw that when Aiden first played and he got Devontae Adams 15 targets. But the Raiders, he ain't giving that many targets. But the Raiders, they score points. And I think that's going to be the difference between the game, right? Obviously, Jets defense is way better, right? But Max Crosby is not no slouch. He's going to cause havoc. And then we already seen what this Jets O-line is, right? So he's going to have a feast. They gave up, 6 sacks against the Chargers?
They had 3 people have 2 sacks.
So we already know that Max Crosby is going to eat against this Jets offensive line. Zach Wilson, he cannot seem to get the ball in the end zone. This offense is in neutral. All they do is kick field goals. They cannot score points. And I think that's going to be the deciding factor in this game. So I'm taking the Raiders at home. Underdog play right here. Home dog coming off of a big win against the Giants. First win for Antonio Pierce as the interim head coach. Mm-hmm. They put up 27 points. Mm-hmm. Listen, man. The Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders.
Yeah, man. I think
I like the Raiders, man. I really do.
I know you do. I believe you. The Jets, man, it's just you dealing with a quarterback that is limited in terms of, being able to produce and make certain plays. I do see flashes of certain things I like that Zach Wilson does. He'll do a nice little shovel pass. He kind of picked that up from Ron. But I think against certain teams, you're going to need more than one wide receiver. Lazard is not catching passes like that. Gibson might give you some plays here and there, but I think they utilize him a lot more on special teams than anything. The defense is still been doing their thing, which is why I don't see this as being like an extremely high-scoring game. However, matter of fact, I think the over and under on this game is 36 right now, which they kind of expected to be kind of low scoring too. But I'm gonna take the Raiders at home in this spot just because the Jets' firepower is lacking, and I do think Mad Max is probably right up there with Myles Garrett in terms of some of my favorite defensive players this season. So, yeah, I think Max will wreak some havoc in that O-line as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders, they're 4-5. They win this, they're at 500, and they're competing for a playoff spot, wild card. You know what I mean? So, hey, it's possible. It's possible.
Okay. Switching over to M&F, we have the Broncos country riding right into Buffalo. The Bills are an 8-point favorite on MNF. Who you picking for Monday Night Football?
Yeah, I think the Bills, they're going to bounce back here. The Bills, they play very, very well at home, as we all know. That seems like that's the only place they can really dominate. And we got the Denver Broncos.
I can't say that I've seen the Bills play very, very well this season.
They play well at home, bro.
Except for maybe like 1 or 2
When they played Miami, they beat the brakes off of them.
1 or 2 games. That's one of them.
But yeah, I'm going to take the Bills here at home, coming off of this loss to Cincinnati. I mean, you're playing an inferior team in the Denver Broncos. Even though the Broncos are coming off of a bye week, that's cute.
They're coming off a bye week and a win.
And a win. But ultimately, it's like the Broncos, I mean, do we trust them to put up points?
You know I don't trust the Broncos.
I know it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Buffalo at home here. Orchard Park. It ain't easy to get dubs up there. Those Buffalo Bills fans, they jump through tables and cover themselves with ketchup and mustard.
Hey, Mafia.
Bills Mafia ain't no joke. So I'm taking Buffalo. They're gonna be rowdy. It's gonna be a primetime game. Buffalo to win this one. It's an easy play for me on Buffalo.
I'll say this. I like Buffalo for the win. I don't like them for the points.
I agree.
Now, the Denver Broncos have stepped up defensively, and they've been quietly able to get a little bit of offensive production there. So I'm not completely mad at the 8 points to cover. However, a lot of that is just predicated on how the Bills' offense has just been lacking in a lot of spaces. Gabe Davis, kind of went quiet last week or this past week.
Yeah.
So you're going to need them to step up between Gabe and Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen play a clean game, get back to some of his rushing. The Broncos defense is showing that they're not to be slept on. So I will give them some credit for that. I still don't trust the offensive firepower. I think they play better with Javonte Williams, but I still don't trust them offensively as far as firepower. So I'm going to take the Bills.
Nah, if Josh Allen decides to get hot, there's no way Denver keeps up in a shootout. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. They ain't shooting out. They more like ducking behind the trash can and sending a shot.
No way.
So, yeah, that's where we at with that.
We only got a couple games that we disagree on.
Yeah, it's only a few of them, man. I mean, like we said, it's a lot of tough matchups. It's a lot of one-sided slates here, too. But with that being said, we done gave you our best.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Those are the plays.
We done gave you all our picks and predictions, but we got to give you our best. So you know that means it's time for best bets.
Best bets, baby. Best bets.
Best bets, man.
So last week, it was a disgrace for me. Went 1 or 2 on my best bets, man.
1 out of 3.
No, I went 1 and 2. I went 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Yeah, so the only one that cashed for me was, who was it? It was, who cashed?
I think you had
the Colts. Yeah, the Colts cashed. Seattle shit the bed, pooped their pants. New England
shot the bed on this one.
New England blew it.
Last week I went 2 out of 3.
Yeah, you went 2 and 1. So
2 and 1.
You did well. Philly and Cincinnati, good play.
Philly and Cincy.
And if you would have went the Chiefs, you would have went a clean slate.
I would have, but hey, Tyreek Hill fumble.
But that's last week. Let's talk about this week. So this week,
they always
my
brush
best
past
bets
it
this
when I
week.
have the record.
My first best bet, I'm taking Detroit on the road at L.A. to beat the Chargers, -2.
Okay.
That's my first play. Detroit coming off a bye. I like that play. They're fresh. They're getting some guys healthy. They can run the football on the Chargers. Their defense, they can start creating pass rush. Like we talked about, Justin Herbert, they need another offensive weapon on the opposite side of Keenan Allen to show up, to help him out. I do like the Chargers utilizing Austin Eckler a little bit more. But I believe that Detroit, coming off this bye week, this is a big game for them. Big game for the Chargers as well. But I expect Detroit to win, -2.
Okay.
My next one.
Not mad at that.
I'm taking the biggest spread of the weekend. Dallas Cowboys, -15.5.
It is tempting.
Playing the Giants. Dallas is at home. What Dallas is known to do at home playing inferior teams is dominate them.
Beat the shit out of them.
Just like they did the Rams. Dallas has already beaten the Giants 40-0 this season. Now you got the Giants starting their third-string quarterback. Third-string quarterback against this Dallas defense.
Hey, man, DeVito coming up short, man.
Okay? Saquon Barkley, I feel sorry for you, my boy. If I were you, I would probably play injured. I probably wouldn't play this week.
He probably should have requested a trade.
I would probably want to get up out of there. But I'm taking Dallas, big spread to cover. And then my last one, I am taking New Orleans on the road in Minnesota. Ooh. Minus what? -2, -2.5, depending on where you're at. Ooh. I'm taking the Saints to go ahead and win. I'm going to ride that train on out, man. So I got Dallas, Detroit, and New Orleans this week for my best bets.
Dallas, Detroit, New Orleans, best bets, huh? Mm-hmm. Not bad. Well, I'll tell you my first one. When it comes to my best bets, as I said, I was 2-3. He won 2 out of 3 last week. He wanted to gloss over that. That's cool. So I guess I got to do it again. First one on there, Cincinnati Bengals. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take them. 7 points is a good amount of points, but they are at home and Who Dey is clicking, so I'm going to roll with Joe. I do think they have what it takes, and they got enough going on offense and defense to be able to slow down those young Texans.
Yeah.
I like that one. Next one I'm going to take on this one, I am going to roll with the Baltimore Ravens. 6 points. I will say I'm a little bit concerned about the points.
That's tight. Yes.
I'm a little bit concerned about the points, but I'm going to tell you why. Deshaun Watson against that defense, and they keep going back and forth with quarterbacks all over the place. I think I've seen 2 or 3 people play quarterback this season. It's hard to trust it. Mm-hmm. And playing against a very good team, I just don't know if the offense – I do trust Myles Garrett and that defense, but I don't know if I trust the offense to come out there and do, and Amari Cooper to go have over 100 on the Ravens. I don't know if I see that happening. No. So I'm going to take the Ravens in that spot. My third one, a little bit of a toss-up, man. I was hovering in between the Colts and Tampa Bay.
Which one is it?
My initial inclination is to pick Tampa, but because Frankfurt is weird. But even though Frankfurt is weird, I'm still going to go ahead and go with the Colts as my favorite best bet against the dumpster fire Patriots. I just don't trust them. What's the number? 1.5 points. Colts at 1.5. Tampa Bay at 1 in the pick'em, but I mean I'll go with the Colts against the Patriots here. So those are my 3 best bets this week, man.
You went big spreads, boy.
It says the guy who took 15.5. What are you talking about? But regardless of all that, before these people go, before they run off, you over here clicking lights and doing a light show in the background. These folks want to know, man. Did you put them up? Did you put them up? Because I can hear that dog. That dog barking, man.
You know what time it is? It is time for the dog of the week.
Oh. Who you got?
I just talked about it.
Hey,
listen. I already tapped on it.
Listen to me now.
Monday Night Football, coming off that big win against the Giants. Okay. First win as an interim head coach. They're playing. Who they playing? Doesn't matter.
The Jets.
They playing the Jets. That's right. It does matter. I like the Raiders, man. Raiders at home dog, playing the New York Jets. The Jets cannot score points. They just can't score points. Man. Give me Aiden O'Connell. Give me that offense. The Raiders got some juice. That locker room is juiced up. They got energy. They are excited. I think they play a better game than the Jets, man. I just think they do. The Jets is going to continue to decrease. The Jets haven't scored touchdowns, man, all season, really.
Okay.
It's like they scored only 6 touchdowns this whole season, I think. This week 10. That's crazy.
I mean, quarterback.
Yeah, give me the Raiders.
Quarterback, offensive line issues.
The
I'm not
Raiders.
mad at the Raiders.
Who
I'm not
you got?
mad at it.
Who you got?
I'm not. I'm gonna go with something that you're not gonna like, but hey, I like it. I'm gonna take Minnesota Vikings, man. Dog of the week, man. Home dog. I'm going with a home dog too. Now I understand your pick with the Raiders being a home dog, and I understand that, and I respect it. I respect it a lot. However, I'm gonna go with Josh Dobbs, man. Josh Dobbs, the boy come out there and he fight every week. And I think in Minnesota he has a lot more weapons and defense to work with than he did when he was in Arizona.
That's true.
And I do think, his fight paired with some good wide receivers, paired with a good home game. The Saints have been playing a lot better over the past few weeks. However, they still have some work to do there. They're in a battle. They got a lot of ups and downs what they've had at the beginning of the season, so I'm not sure if they're completely done with that roller coaster yet.
Hey.
So that's who I got.
That's your dog.
So y'all heard our best. You heard his worst. So man, y'all stay tapped in with us, man. Keep on commenting. I want to see some more of them spreads, though. I want to see some of them games y'all like. I want to see some of those parlays that y'all like. Shoot us some good 3 teams, 4 teams, man.
Mm-hmm.
Swap it out. We giving y'all picks. Give us some.
That's right.
As always, keep on sharing, commenting, subscribing. Showing us love. We showing it right back. And last thing before these bets get plugged in, man. Parlays, making money line plays. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody cash. Hope everybody has a great week. Stay tuned for more No Hedging podcast coming your way real soon.
We out.
Yeah.